Hello and welcome to this morning time taste challenge. Craig Swenson says, Mr. T, where are you? I'm here. I wanted to wait for the mail. Uh, and I did. And it came. Right, went out to check on it. Here's the Dimple Pinch from Diageo, which they don't even list on their website. You can look it up, Diageo.com. You'll never see the Dimple Pinch. This is a 15-year age, 80 proof. There is a 12-year age. There is an 86 proof. There's the crown with the thistle representing the Kingdom of Scotland. Triangle-shaped bottle. So there's sailors in the British Navy and British Merchant Marine that it wouldn't roll off the table. It's got a wire, kind of like a wire mesh around it, where they could hold it by the wires during rough seas. Okay, I bought this at Walmart, $24.99 a bottle, $24.99. Normally it runs about 35 bucks. Don't know why they had it so cheap, but I didn't ask questions. I just bought it. Here's the competitor. This is about $24 too, and this was the full-size bottle. Ballantine's finest. Ballantine's finest, even though it's their introductory cheapest one. But you know how that works. There's some other ones that they make as well. Introduced in 1910. They say the recipe has not changed since 1910, which is a little bit strange because it used to be 86.6 proof and now it's 80 proof. So maybe they adjusted the recipe by adding more water. Might have the same grain lineup. There's the shield with two unicorns holding up the Scottish flags, and a griffin with a sword, and a sheaf of wheat, a whiskey barrel, a copper pot still, and a river. Amicus Humani Generis. Established 1827, but this particular brand, the Ballantine's Finest, didn't come out till 1910. They say on the website, which I'll put a link below. But it's made by Chivas Bros. They own it. So it's not an independent company today, even though it says George Ballantine and Company. I put a link to Chivas Brothers. Imported by Park Avenue Spirits, Louisville, Kentucky, probably a subsidiary of them. I'll have to look up Park Avenue Spirits. Probably won't have a website. They say this is made under a royal warrant. Queen Victoria gave it a royal warrant, which they said we look at it as a seal of approval. You, says Panthers Rule. Let's see the story of Ballantine's. Now there's a link to their website. You can look up chivasbrothers.com or ballantines.com. 1895, George Ballantine and Son awarded the royal warrant. And then they show a copy of the certificate. Bertha Ballantine's Finest. They show an old advertisement, which if you look carefully, I think it says 86 proof. And it says liqueur. It's not a liqueur, but they say it back then, liqueur, blended Scotch whiskey. Similar bottle. And the dark brown is good because dark brown glass keeps it protected from light damage. During Prohibition, we believe our square bottle was designed. Listen to this. We believe our square bottle was designed so that American salesmen could conceal a bottle or two of Ballantine's Finest. But they don't really know. They just say they believed it. So, in other words, there's no record of why they really went to a square bottle. Welcome, George Robertson. Master blender George Robertson joins the Ballantine's family in 1937. During his time, Ballantine's created 17-year-old Scotch and the Ballantine's 30-year-old. In 1938, Ballantine is awarded its own heraldic arms by Lord Lyon. So they have a royal badge of arms, which is what they're showing here. A friend to all mankind. Amicus, friendly. Humani, mankind. Generis, general, generic. Human, generic friendship. Watch out for the geese. 1959. They kept geese to guard the, instead of guard dogs, geese to guard the distillery. Ballantine's 12-year-old is launched in 1960. I haven't seen it. Ballantine's 21-year-old is launched in 1993. 1994, Robert Hicks becomes their fourth master blender. And there's a photo of him smelling the whiskey. In 2005, Sandy Hislop. Sandy Hislop becomes the fifth master blender. Sandy can detect many thousands of different flavors, so no aftershave is allowed in his blending room. He needs to do these because I can't get all these flavors these guys get. I keep getting it wrong. Ballantines becomes the world's second best-selling whiskey in 2007. We don't mention what number one is. Well, you know it's Johnny Walker Red Label. Okay, discover our range. Well, let's see what their range is, which we can't. They're showing Ballantine's light whiskey at 20% alcohol. Okay. Ballantine's 7 bourbon barrel finish. This is something new. This was not on the website last time I looked. Oh, the newest addition to the Ballantine's family. 7-year age. I think that means 7-year age bourbon barrel. Ballantine's 12-year-old. Ballantine's wild spirit drink. A flavored expression. Oh boy. Brazil spirit drink. Another flavored. Passion spirit drink. Barrel smooth. Caramelized oak barrels to unlock unexpected flavors. Well, these are all new. This was not on the website last I checked. Ballantine's single malt scotch. Glenbergie, 15-year-old. Milton Duff, 15-year-old single malt. Glen Totcher's 15-year-old single malt. Glenbergie, 18-year-old single malt. Glen Totcher's 23-year-old single malt. Well, you could spend a few years just doing Ballantines, I guess. 17-year-old, 21-year-old Ballantines, 23-year-old Ballantines, Ballantines 30-year-old, Ballantines 40-year-old. Well, now come on. That's going to cost $300 or $400 or $500. You know that. I know that. The American people know that. Yeah, you heard me right. $325. I say, well, woof. So you might get a Ballantine's that was put in the barrel in 1982 and taken out of the barrel in 2022. But look what it says. A blend of whiskeys 40 years and over. So see what the thing is. The youngest whiskey in the blend is going to be 40 years old. So it could be 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. That's why you go pay this kind of crazy money. Precious Diva. What a name. Have you been to France before? No, not before or after. Hey guys, anybody still drink Michelob, says Riley Martin? Yes, I do when I can get it, which I have to drive over 20 miles to get it at least. All right. Love to tell you more about Dimple Pinch, but they don't have a website. I can't tell you nothing about it. Except, you know, what I told you already. Craig Swinson says, I would if I could find it. Yeah, if you could find it. Now, I know where to get Michelob. I can get Michelob Light at Albertsons in Hammond, Louisiana, on U.S. Highway 90 eastbound. I can get Michelob Lager at Total Wine and More, and Michelob Light at Total Wine and More, and both of those also at Dorgmax in Metairie, both in Metairie, Louisiana, but they're not sold in my town. Well, there's definitely a color difference here, so we have to address that. Going to have to address it. It's a beautiful bottle, I gotta admit. Cream colored Cream colored cap, cream colored label. Look at this big old bottle, handle bottle. It's got ribbed sides so you can grab the handle, like hold it like a handle. See, 1,750 milliliters for $24. Oh yeah. And my friend David was like, "Oh, that stuff's no good." And I tried it, and I was like, "Oh, what are you talking about? How dare you disagree with me?" But that's the way he feels about it. Whoops. Yeah, I was thinking it was lighter than it was. It's really not that much lighter. So, oh well, never mind that. So they're both caramel color because they both got caramel color added, I guess. George Ballantine Scotch. Family. Oh, no. Used to be, but it got bought out. Now it's owned by Chivas Brothers. John Haig. Haig and Haig. Dimple Pinch. Haig. Dimple Pinch. Family. Oh, no, not anymore. It's owned by Diageo. He said, but it was started by a family. Yes. Was. Riley Martin says, nice bourbon glasses. Well, these are actually not bourbon glasses. They're nice glasses. I agree. Someone gave them to me. But he said, don't say who gave them to you. I said, okay. But they're D'Amore glasses. D'Amore, which is like an expensive liqueur. Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay, taste time. Got fingerprints all over them. All right. I had those nice Glencairn glasses that John and Neely gave me, and they broke one after the other, broke all four. It took a year and a half, or if that long, because they're so flimsy. They're nice, but they're flimsy. I mean, when you wash them, you're scared that the glass is going to break. That thin. And they're like $9 a glass. Come on, man. And then every accident was not, you say, because you're drinking, some drunken accident. You're drinking. Look, every accident was like some little minor thing, like me moving it around and barely tapping it, and it breaks. Washing it, another glass in the sink hits it and taps it, and it breaks. One time, dropped the oh, that was a different glass. Oh, so I mean, it was just flimsy. I can't help it. They flimsy. They flimsy. These are not. These are robust. These are strong. These are resilient. Sylvester McBean says the New Orleans Breakers are 2-1. They play the Houston Gamblers next Sunday. Can't wait to catch the game. Well, some people are watching the USFL, I guess, or I mean, people at the games. But I mean, what do you expect? People that live in Birmingham, Alabama, aren't going to say, "Oh, well, I can't wait to go see the New Orleans Breakers play the Pittsburgh Maulers." It's just a test run, and I mean, it's going to count as an official season. But you know what I'm saying? Fox Sports, who owns it, say, let's test it out, and then next year, if the ratings are tolerable, we'll go and start playing all those teams in their home stadiums, which in New Orleans would be the Superdome, I guess, if they can afford to rent it. But the state might want to charge them too much, especially the Saints aren't going to really want them there, even though it's not going to conflict with their season. But they might move it to the old baseball stadium on US Highway 61, which would be enough for what they're going to attract. Or they could to City Park Stadium, outside stadium, which holds close to 30,000, which would be even bigger. I guess they could play at Tulane Stadium, Yeoman Stadium, Tulane University, 30,000 seats. Yeah, that would be enough. That would work out. And I know Tulane would rent it because that stadium's sitting empty during the spring. Laughing out loud. If the USFL survives this season, will you watch the Breakers play? If they play games in New Orleans, I'd probably go. I went to two Breakers games in 1984. I still have the programs, the ticket. Still have the tickets, ticket stubs. Smell like ordinary Scotch, but I like that bready note. Now, see, I think the Ballantine's Finest has that strong enduring, and noticeable bread dough note. Now, when Amy, next door neighbor, gave me those 3 1970 bottles after the hurricane, which 100 milliliter bottles, I was like, why are you giving this to me? You should drink it yourself. Oh, she said, I'm never going to drink it. And she bought those at an estate sale. I said, well, why'd you buy them? I mean, you know. She said, I don't know. They were just cheap, so I bought them. Well, I drank 1, 2, 3, not in a row in one day, but over a course of days, and they were really good. And but I noticed that very detailed bread dough, not bread crust, bread dough flavor, which I loved. It must have a pretty high percentage of single malt in it. You know, probably no more than 75%. It's probably 20. I mean, no more than 25%. It's probably 70. It's probably 75% grain whiskey, but that dough. This smells like honey topped Sara Lee white bread, but I've gotten it. My eyes itching. I got it wrong 2 in a row now. Twice in a row, I got the Ballantines. I got the can't think of the name. The Dimple pinch wrong. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Well, we got Major League Baseball to watch. We got college baseball to watch at least. Even softball. I was watching college softball last night till I got sleepy and turned it off. But it was University of Mississippi hosting another SEC team in home game. So it was a community college. All right. Cheers, folks. That's definitely Ballantines. Tampa Bay Rays shortstop Franco is the real deal. Are you a Tampa Bay fan, Ron? Says Joe Hill. I like the Tampa Bay Rays. I've been to their games many times, like 11, 12 times at Tropicana Field. My main team is the Chicago White Sox and then the Cubs by virtue of WGN being on TV all those years. When they dropped baseball, it was stupid. But I like Tampa Bay and the Miami Marlins, and then that's number 3 and 4, and then number 5 would be the Rangers, Texas Rangers, number 6, the Astros. But I'm not too worried about those teams, but they're fine. You know, I mean, I like all the teams actually. All right, so that I'm telling you, that's the Ballantines. I know right now. You've been to those teams? I've been to every major league ballpark, including many that are no longer used or even exist, have been torn down. Yes, but of all 30 major league parks being currently used, I've been to all of them, to games, not just drove past it or looked inside. I mean, I've been to, because I went to Mile High Stadium once in Denver and I just walked around inside. They weren't having a game. It was during the off season. They let me go in 1999. I just walked around, took a lot of photos, and it wasn't long after they abandoned that stadium and tore it down. But I liked it. You know, it's interesting. I thought, wow, it's really big. Blue Jays or Expos? What do you mean? I've been to the Blue Jays stadium, but not the Expos. They left the year before I was able to go. So I went to see the new team, you know, the Washington Nationals. And in 2005, I saw a game at RFK Stadium. And then later, 3 games at different years at the Nationals ballpark, yes. Yeah, 3 games. Pretty sure it's 3, not just 2. A lot of traveling, yes. This one has more of the honey, and this one has more of the bread dough. I like both, but I would buy the Ballantines Finest because I can get a full, huge bottle. It's a bottle plus 1,000 milliliters. That's what the handle is. It's a regular size bottle, $7.50, plus 1,000 milliliters. I can get that for $25 or less, maybe more. Okay. And I paid $24.99 for the Dimple Pinch, but it's really $35. I just got it for an unusually low $10 cheaper price. So which one tastes better? It's a toss-up, but I mean, if I can save that kind of money, which is a huge amount, really, it's not like $1. I save $1. I'm going to get the Ballantines. So I'll say Ballantines wins. It's not better. It just is better when you consider price. But maybe I do prefer that bread dough, the bread dough over the honey top bread crust. But that says Dimple Pinch. Unreal. Unreal. Yeah, that one's lighter. I said that when I poured it, that the Ballantines was lighter. But I didn't say one was better than the other anyway. So that didn't screw up. That wasn't a screw up. But still, to get it wrong, you know, I feel bad because 3 in a row now. I don't know. They always taste different when you do one against another. I've said this for a long time now. If you do whiskey A against B and then go against C and D and E and F, it'll taste different every time. I don't know why. It just does. Well, heck. Well, anyway, still Ballantines win. What liquor store carries Dimple Pinch? Walmart. That's where I bought it. But a lot of stores sell it. I mean, it's common, you know. Checking in, Ron. Sorry for my goodness, says Jeep and Foodie. Well, that's okay. I didn't change the name of my channel after so many years. I tried to change that name like 7 years ago, and it wouldn't. And it said it was and it did change. And people were telling me, "Oh, you changed the channel name." I said, "No, I just was adjusting it to be more accurate." And then it went back to the other name without me changing it. So I went back again to the. But it'll probably default back to the. I don't know. I can't explain their technical problems. My uncle would drink Ballantines Finest in his cup at the Pirates games. He was sneaking into the stadium. But a lot of people's uncles would do that. Okay. But not necessarily with Ballantines, maybe Jack Daniels or, you know, Seagram's gin or whatever. All right. So flavor-wise, it's a tie, and I couldn't even tell them apart correctly. So, I mean, that was an aggravation. But value-wise, you got to go with Ballantines. Sorry, I got to give the vote to Ballantines. No knock against Diageo's Hague Dimple Pinch, but then they must not care about it because they don't even list it on their website. Apple Jack Daniels, yes. On a Fandango Friday last week, I reviewed it. It was good. I don't like it, but it was good. Humble by Dimple Pinch again. Yeah, humble, but in the wrong way, you know, like getting it wrong. So they don't care about the product. If they cared about it, they would have a website for it, right? Right. The Chivas Regal, I'm sorry, the Chivas Brothers, Chivas Regal is one of their brands. The Chivas Brothers care about their brands? Yes, because, well, they care about this. They have a website for it, and they talk about it. Now, some of the stuff like Passport Scotch and Seagram's 100 Pipers, they don't have a website for it, but they have a area and page for it on their main website where they talk about it, give the history of it, talk, you know, give descriptions of why it's so great, you know, all that kind of stuff. But if a company makes a brand and they don't even have the time of day to give it a website listing or even mention it, you know, don't even mention it. And Sazerac is guilty of that. Heaven Hill is guilty of that. Diageo is clearly guilty of that, and maybe they're all guilty of it. But if they don't take time to give it a website, you figure they don't care about it, so it doesn't make you really want to care about it. But I mean, it's a famous brand, so gin. Yes, I reviewed quite a number of gins. Now I don't mess with gin though; it really doesn't appeal to me. But I reviewed Crystal Palace, Taka, Clubhouse, Seagram's, London Dry, did Seagram's Distillers Reserve. I did all these specialty gins that my daughter brought or provided. She has so many specialty like craft gins that she likes. I did Miles gin, Miles. They were all good. Even Crystal Palace was good to an extent, not a great extent. But they're just not my thing. I just don't care for it. It just doesn't appeal to me. Gin is just like not my thing. I'm sorry. It's like different fruit juices. Some fruit juice you like more than others. But gin, you could get on YouTube. They got people do gin all day long. Gin was good in Tekken. Nina, I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Ron, just joining the chat, says SR77. Okay, well, thanks for watching. All right, well, I appreciate it. Well, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. 3 in a row now. Got it wrong. 3 in a row. Golly, when will it stop? May not stop. Maybe I'll get them wrong every time coming up. And I would say that's because the Dimple Pinch does not really stand out, does not differentiate itself from the other ones. Certainly not a bad product. Certainly enjoyable. I don't mind tasting it and sipping on it. I wouldn't pay $35 for it though. And I wouldn't pay $24.99 for it, which I got for an unusually $10 cheaper price. For $24. Well, yeah, I would just get this. I would just get Ballantines. I mean, look at this big bottle I got for $24. And it's good. So why would I buy a bottle which is significantly smaller for the same price and get something that's no better? Well, guess what? I wouldn't do it. Okay, that's it. Any last comments? If you want to see my husband is German and likes Leinenkugels. Lugenhuels. Oh, I thought you said Leinenkugels. Lugenhuels. I never heard of that. But then there's probably 1,000 German. It's lemon flavored beer. Leinenkugels, lemonade. Shandy, you must be talking about. Great value. What? That's a lie, Pee Wee. Okay. Well, whatever y'all are talking about. Anyway, anybody want to see what I bought today? It's a new one. Somebody did a video review about 3 weeks ago. Not a good review, I wouldn't say, but I don't really like these affected beer reviews. Affected meaning an affectation, like they're doing some kind of like gimmick with it. Just do the review, But that's me. Other people love it, and if they like it, it's good. So I couldn't stand watching it, so I cut it off. Show us you're fine. Okay, here it is. All right, so these two are win. Now I couldn't tell them apart, but they both are winners. So I would recommend both in the sense that they're both nice. And I couldn't tell the last two apart, but they're both fine too. It's not like I drink anything that's like horrible or tastes terrible, nothing like that. Avion. I tried this at River Ridge Discount, which it's not really that discounted. It's kind of like River Ridge, a bit pricey, but whatever they want to call it. This lady was giving tastings of it, and I had never tried tequila. I said, I never tried tequila. Thank you. And I said, I'll try it. What the heck? And it tastes like smoked bell pepper to me. I was like, wow, it's really good. And I told my friend David, I said, I guess I'll have to start drinking tequila because I never knew what it tasted like, but it's really good. And I had a suspicion of what it tasted like. And then she was like, y'all want t-shirts? We're giving them out. Who's going to turn that down? So we both got a t-shirt for our size, And then I said, I'll try all these tequilas. So now I got this big tequila stash, gold and white. What will happen in Ukraine? I don't know. I really don't know. I was thinking about that this morning. Who knows? Everybody's got their theories. It's just theories. Okay. So last year on the trip back from New York City, Brooklyn, New York, because we went to the Bronx, then Manhattan, then Queens, then Brooklyn. Went to those four. We didn't make it to Staten Island, but we weren't trying to go there. That's kind of off track anyway. That's kind of like a sideline. It's isolated. It's an isolated borough. But so on the way back home, I had to get gas, so I stopped, and they had this on the shelf, and it was a good price, much cheaper than what I paid today. This tropical beer hug. I said, what in the world is tropical beer hug? And then I could see it was from Goose Island. And I said, well, pretty much Goose Island is always good. So I bought it, and it was great. It wasn't as bitter as I like. I don't really like these modern IPAs that are more malt forward than bitter. And the hops all taste like juice, but brewed and packaged in Chicago, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, Fort Collins, Colorado, and Houston, Texas. And that's the Anheuser-Busch distillery, brewery. I can't get it right. Brewery in Houston, Texas. Got a great date. It's fresh. It's a great Best Buy date. But I was at Circle K today, and I saw this, and I said, ooh. Now they had the 6-packs, which, well, it was about the same price per ounce as this big can. So I said, I'll just get the big can because I don't really feel like drinking 6 of these, but it'd be a good duo review. I know there's the Neon Beer Hug also. Haven't had that, but this is nice. I mean, this is definitely an A, definitely in the A range, without a doubt, my friends. All right. I've never been in the military. All right. Anyway, Smirnoff Ice Smash Peach Lemonade. I saw this today at Walmart, and I said, I'm thinking about all the Smirnoff Ice Smash products I've had. And I don't recall the peach. There was peach and something else, but I don't recall peach and lemonade, especially with these green palm leaves on the side. And I said, no, I never had this. No way I had this. The date, okay, February. These things sometimes take months to get to the store, but a premium malt beverage with natural flavors and certified colors. And there's nothing says good beer like food coloring, right? Brewed and canned by the Smirnoff Company, Plainfield, Illinois. So it's made at the Smirnoff Beer Factory in, I'll say more like a factory than a brewery, a beer factory in Plainfield, Illinois. And there was a news report, they're expanding it. Some local Illinois news channel. Yellow number 5. Oh boy. Can't complain about yellow number 5. At a low 8% alcohol and 108 calories per serving, which means 5 ounces. So 108 times over 4. So this is a lot of calories, but I'm going to look that up on their website, the peach. This is new. I know it's new. Peach lemonade. Okay, Smirnoff. Your vodka's popular. I know. I never had it. But it might be nice, 9.9. That's a lot of ABV. I'm going to try to do a dual review so I don't have to drink the whole thing. I mean, I could drink the whole thing, no problem. A beach vacation for your taste buds. How you like that? A beach vacation for your taste buds. Yeah. Oh, well. Now, so the winner today is Ballantines by virtue of it being just as good as Dimple Pinch and way cheaper. So Ballantines wins. And, this product has been doing great. People say bad things about it, and I don't understand that. I really don't. Would I buy another bottle of Ballantines Finest? I would. I would buy another bottle of it, actually. Can't find that? Are you talking about the Smirnoff? All right. Well, thanks, everybody. And everybody take care now.